The Smashing Machine, as you know, came out over the weekend, starring Dwayne "The Rock" Johnson, and it's about Mark Kerr, one of the early pioneers in the MMA world. And there's been mixed reviews because of the box office earnings so far over the weekend. It was a $50 million budget and it did 6 million in the opening box office. And so I wanted to go and watch it, and I finally got time to go and watch it last night. And I gotta say, man, The Rock's performance was exceptional. He's known for being that action guy, deuce 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 with the guns and fly here, fly there, save the world type of stuff. But man, I was coming into this trying to put my MMA of me aside to just experience a sports drama and try and leave my MMA and perspective to the side a bit and just purely focus on the artistic side of it. And yeah, man, like you guys got to go and watch it. Don't pay attention to, oh, I didn't make this or make that. It's a very niche movie, very, very niche. And I think like a big deal is like if it passes the parents or the mum and dad test. So I'm gonna have to go and get them to see it and give me a feedback on how they enjoyed it from a perspective of someone who doesn't know what Pride is or MMA and what it was like back then. But yeah, just a great performance from The Rock. Forget the money. Like obviously money matters for movies and all that to make it's a business, but just only one person could really have played this, and that was The Rock. So go and watch it and support an MMA movie because yeah, it matters. Every ticket they sell at the cinemas for that movie, it definitely matters because we want to see more movies of this. Like there are so many crazy and awesome stories and movies that can be depicted of UFC or MMA fighters, and Mark Kerr. The story of Mark Kerr is, you know, a great story, and it was a great movie in a sense of just depicting that because it's very hard to kind of put fighting MMA into a movie because like watching the fight scenes of Pride and all that, I just felt like I was watching another. When you watch so many fights, you're just like, oh, I'm just watching another fight card. Like, all right, let's get through the fights. But I tried to take off my MMA hat and just be like, if I've never watched MMA before and I'm watching it at the movies in this movie, it was actually really good. Like the fight scenes that they and The Rock was able to emulate Mark Kerr's fighting style was exceptional. So go and watch it and yeah, come back to this video and let me know what you think of the movie. Emily Blunt played the wife. Exceptional acting. You can definitely see like um, why these actors get paid a lot, and like someone who's been acting sort of their whole life with Emily Blunt because Ryan Bader played Mark Coleman. He's not an actor, but he did really well. I didn't think he was going to be in the movie that much, Ryan Bader, depicting Mark Coleman, but he got a lot of screen time. And that's huge for a UFC fighter to get that much screen time in a big budget movie in the cinemas worldwide. So huge moment for the MMA sort of community and world. So yeah, go and support it. Let me know what you think of the movie. Obviously, I'm not going to give away spoilers of scenes. Obviously, you can go see the results of the fights and what's happened with Mark Kerr and all that, but I'm not going to give away spoilers of like the scenes and my reaction to them. Go and watch it for yourself and let me know what you think. I will say the ending was a little bit. I thought they could have done the ending a bit better, um, but that's all I'll say. But yeah, a great depiction of a fighter, and yeah, it's very niche. So if you don't know much about MMA and Pride and all that, you'd just be kind of a little bit confused, but because like you can go on, like I go on UFC Fight Pass and watch old Pride fights all the time, and watch documentaries about Pride. So got, I was following along, I could follow along very well with the timeline they set the movie between 97 and 2000. They didn't show too much UFC stuff, which I thought they would have. It was just mainly centered around, yeah, the Pride tournament. Um, but yeah, go give it a watch. Let me know. I'd say just excellent performance and could be the start of more MMA movies. Because, like, who would you like to see? Which fighter would you like to see a sport drama made after them? So, if you have watched the movie, let me know what you think of it. But, like, which fighter should get a movie like that? There's so many. You think of John Jones. Imagine a sports drama movie with a big budget about John Jones, George St. Pierre, Alex Pereira. The list goes on. Or even just fighters that weren't champ and weren't as known. There's plenty of those great stories. I can't think of any off the top of my head. I'm trying to think right now. But yeah, there's so many stories and movies that you could make from UFC fighters. So this is a step forward. Didn't get the crazy, reviews or whatever, but I think it's just because people just don't understand. And MMA's only been around for like 20 years, or well, the UFC's only been around for 20 years, and it's only finally just it's only just become mainstream. So imagine in another 20 years' time, and getting a even bigger budget and learning how to depict these fighters a lot better. So let me know, come back, go watch it, or if you have watched it, come back to this video and let me know your thoughts on the Smashing Machine. I'll give it about a 7.5. Thought there were just bits of the storyline and depiction of sort of things that I thought could have been a bit better, but it's very hard to do when you're trying to make a reenactment of someone's life. So I'll give it a 7.5. Some would definitely give it an 8 or more. But honestly, yeah, like 7.5. It could be very much of a cult following of a movie for sure. I think this movie will age really well. I think in 5 years' time or 10 years' time, I think it will finally get the love it deserves.